My dear mother-in-law, we are making our way down to the Sea of Galilee and are in the region of the 10 towns, or Decapolis, as it has become known. Some people brought to Jesus a man who was deaf and who had difficulty talking. They clearly had faith that Jesus could do something. It made me think of those 4 friends who brought their paralyzed friend to Jesus and broke through the roof of the house to it. Nothing so dramatic here. There was a crowd of people standing around waiting for Jesus to do another miracle. Usually that was what Jesus did. But today instead, Jesus took the man aside out of the crowd. It made me think Jesus was treating this man as an individual, not just the next person in line to be healed. Jesus taking him out of the crowd reminded me of Uncle Jonah. I know how difficult Uncle Jonah finds it when there are so many of us around. The more people there are, the more confusing he says it is, as his limited hearing makes it difficult to sort out what someone is saying. Maybe it was the same for this man, which is why Jesus took him away from the crowd, allowing him to feel more comfortable. What Jesus did next was so visual that the man did not need to be able to hear to understand. First of all, Jesus put his fingers in the man's ears. Then he spat on his fingers and touched the man's tongue. Yes, I know it sounds disgusting, and spitting is something I would never do. Well, at least not that you've caught me. But this was different. Anyway, spit is supposed to have healing qualities. Jesus was demonstrating to this man that he would be healed. Then Jesus looked up to heaven, showing that healing would come from God. Finally, Jesus spoke the word, Ephphatha, which I know means be opened. I could see the look in the man's eyes, a sudden shock and recognition, and I realized that he'd heard what Jesus said. The man started talking at once, so excited that he could hardly stop to hear what Jesus said. I was rather surprised at what Jesus did say. He told the man not to tell anyone. Well, of course he did, and everyone kept talking about it and declaring Jesus as the great miracle worker, and the crowds kept gathering. I got the impression that Jesus wanted people to understand he was more than just a miracle worker. I know that Jesus is more than this, but what exactly? I think I need to take myself out of the crowd and think it through. Love, Peter.